Hello friend, welcome back to my new lecture on PHP. So I am starting the series of PHP programming today. The first lecture it was PHP scripting language as well as basics of PHP, and then I will discuss about the control statement. In some of the coming lecture I will complete this PHP course. So PHP is one of the very important scripting language, and this is used for the server side scripting. PHP specifically designed for the server side scripting and especially for the web. And within an HTML page, you can embed PHP code that will be executed each time the page is visited. This is very important fact about this PHP. PHP is embedded with the HTML. So like JSP and ASP, active server pages, or ASP.NET, we can write the code in PHP for the server side. So this is parallel to these programming languages. Our PHP code is interpreted at web server and generated HTML or other output that visitor will see. So this is all about this PHP, and there are many features of PHP. PHP is very easy for learning, and this is very user defined user friendly programming language, we can say it. And like C, its syntax are like Perl language and C language, and relatively easy to learn. And it has large function library, so it is very one of the biggest feature of this PHP programming language. So it has large function library, means it has huge library, it has different type of the function. As the programming language having like Java having a strong library, and Java having a number of functions so Java is a strong language. So that's why in the same way PHP is also very strong language, because its function library is very large, and it is embedded directly into the HTML, and it is interpreted. No need to compile. The interpreted programming languages are very fast rather than compiled programming language. However, the in huge scale, if we are doing the large scale programming, or we are doing the big softwares, we are dealing with the big software, that time compiler based programming language is better than interpreted based programming language. But PHP is interpreted programming language, and still it is interpreted programming language, but after that it is very fast, and it is open source server side scripting language which is designed especially for the web. So this is also one of the feature of this PHP programming language, that it is open source server side scripting language. So these are the benefits of PHP, and it is conceived in 1994. Since 1994, we are using this programming language, this scripting language, for web development, for server development. And around 10 million, more than 10 million, around 10 million and more than 10 million websites are designed in PHP, and outputs not only HTML but can output XML images. It can this is the benefit of PHP also, that it can display the output in a XML form, and images like JPG and PNG, PDF files. It support PDF files, it support Flash movies. So we can write these files to the file system also, and it also support wide range of databases. This is also one of the feature of this PHP programming language, means it is more than 20 ODBC. It support more than 20 ODBCs. So PHP MySQL PHP, sometimes we call it MySQL PHP. It support SQL, it support Oracle, it support MS Excel. So this way more than 20 databases are supported by this PHP. And the parallel programming language of PHP are the ASP, Java Server Pages, Ruby on Rails, and Perl programming language. Ruby is also open source programming language. So Ruby is used for the server development. JSP also used for server development. ASP, it is a product of Microsoft, and it is a product of Java. So ASP.NET is the advanced of this ASP.NET. So Perl is also used for the server side scripting. So the full form of Perl is practical extraction and report language. So these are the alternative of the Perl. So these programming languages are alternative of PHP. So we can use all these programming language, but while we are moving towards open source programming language, open source, then PHP is one of the best option. So lots of softwares, web softwares are developed in PHP. So this is the benefit of this PHP programming language. So these are some more advantage of this PHP. PHP is stable and fast, and it used in multi-platform, and many database support. Many databases are supported by PHP, and many common built-in libraries are in PHP and pre-installed. It is pre-installed in Linux distribution. So suppose we are taking this, we are purchasing Linux-based operating system, then it is PHP is already installed there. So these are the benefit of PHP. So now before starting the programming in PHP, we have to understand the client server network. So how to write the program in PHP? I am showing you to how to write the program in PHP. So you can see in this slide that this is the program of PHP. So here, when we write a program in PHP, we have to start the program by HTML. As we know, PHP is a embedded programming language which is mixed with the HTML. So we have HTML outer tag, and we have then HTML head tag, and inside the head we are writing a title. So it will be displayed in the top, on the top of the screen, and this is head, and this is head is closed, and this is body tag is here closed, and this is PHP program. So I have marked, I have colored the PHP program in red. So it will be started by the question mark, and it will be closed by the question mark. So Angular tag, then question mark, then PHP, and then we are writing here echo hello world. So echo is a function which is used to print any word, any sentence. Like in Java, we have used system.out.println. Basically, we use system.out.println, but in PHP, in place of system.out.println, we use this echo. So by using echo, we can print anything. So echo hello world. So you can see here hello world. So this is the PHP program, simple PHP program. So so the program are not very complex. These program are just like a JSP program or ASP program. So we have to change the syntax, and we have to learn some little bit different syntax of PHP. So this is complete program of PHP. So I will coming on these programs. So before practicing on PHP program, we have to understand the client server network. So it is very important to understand this client server network, because this PHP will work for this client server network. Basically, we have one client and one server. As we are connecting with the mail server, suppose Gmail server we are connecting. So we are the client and the server of the Gmail, that is server, web server. So with TCP/IP, we have been TCP/IP internet connectivity. So through TCP/IP, we are connecting with the server. So here we are using HTTP protocol. So we will send the request, we will send username and password. These requests will move to the server, and so HTTP is used here. So we have numbered it one number HTTP, and then again through TCP/IP we will send remotely to the server. Suppose server is located in New York. So suppose we are here in Uttarakhand, and we are connecting with the New York server. So by TCP/IP we will connect, and HTTP protocol will be used. And accordingly, when we will send the username and password to the server accordingly check that username and password. If the username and password is correct, and it validate the username and password, accordingly it will respond to the client, and accordingly it will display all the mail of client on his desktop. So response will come. Again we will use HTTP protocol from web server, and then again we have been this TCP/IP, and then through HTTP will display the response of all the mail on our laptop or mobile phone or our device. So this is web client, and this is web server. So this is client server network and two-tier client server network. So why we are calling two-tier? Because we have web client one tier and web server another tier. So we have first and second two tiers we have been. So this is two-tier network, and we also call it two-tier and n-tier model. We have been n-tier model also. Suppose we are having more than n web server, so in that case we call it n-tier model. So two-tier model is more simple but more limited than three-tier model. The two-tier model is also known as the client server model, where the server can be something other than the database. So this is two-tier model. So entire application is generally run on the client machine. So like three-tier architecture, now I am talking about the three-tier architecture. Three-tier architecture is one which has client tier, middle tier, and database tier. So database tier manages the database. Middle tier contains the most of the logic and communicates between the other tier, and client tier is the interface between user and system. So here we are using one more tier, that is called database tier. So suppose we are searching anything, so you can see, you can understand this diagram by this diagram. So we have first tier, that is called web tier, and second tier, it is called web server. So web we are connecting through this TCP IP from web client to web server, as we have connected with the server. Suppose we are searching any product, so it will accordingly, it will send to the catalogs database or catalog server. So this is the database as well as this is the server also. So suppose we are connecting with the Amazon, and Amazon having a separate catalog database, so it will move, it will resend the request to the database server, catalog database and database management software. So here it will find the list of items which we want to search on Amazon server. So accordingly it will respond to that server, and then suppose we are purchasing some of the goods from our list. So order fulfilling, in between the order fulfilling server will work, and the order fulfilling server will work accordingly, and it will send the request to the payment gateway, payment server also, and accordingly the payment will be done, and then it will return the request response to the web server, and web server return it to the web client that the order is confirmed and the payment is confirmed, and finally it will display the message accordingly. So this is three-tier architecture and three-tier model, we will say it. So suppose we have now n number of server there, so it will call n-tier architecture. Each one which has n tiers, usually including database tier, client tier, and n minus 2 tiers in between. So this is called n-tier architecture. So when we are talking about the Java technology, then we will have JSP in between. In web tier we have been JSP, and in case of open source we will have this PHP in place of the JSP, and in case of Microsoft technology we will have ASP.NET and ASP is there. So we'll, in case of Java we have JSP and Java Servlet, and sometimes we use this EJB, Enterprise Java Beans. This is called server side business logic, and EJB safely return data from database to this web tier, and web tier send it to the client tier, and client tier we have in Java update, it may be HTML, it may be JavaScript HTML. So accordingly this is entire J2E architecture, so it is called J2E architecture. So PHP somehow part of this J2E architecture. So now see the importance of this JSP. JSP is PHP. So PHP is very important programming language. It is under top 10 programming language. So in 2015 we have these top 10 programming language, and you can search, you can Google this time. So this time you will also find same, these languages are in top 10 languages. So PHP is one of the top 10 programming language. So we have C language, we have C++. C is the mother language. Everybody is learning C this time, and C gives the concept of all the programming language, and C is also embedded programming language with the machine level programming. So we can use with the compiler, we can create compiler by using C. So we are doing lots of things in C language today. So that's why C is still a top 10 programming language, and C++ is the first object-oriented programming language. Its advanced is C++. Ruby on Rails is the open source programming language for server side. JavaScript is also very important programming language for client side application. AngularJS and Node.js also be used with the JavaScript, and Python is used for the artificial intelligence, and it is also used for many purposes. Python is also very important language. R is the programming language which is used for the big data, and it can use for for extracting and data, and for statistical programming it is very important. Java is one of the oldest programming language, and still it is very useful programming language. MATLAB is used basically for the engineering purposes. C Sharp is the visual programming language. It is also a very important programming language. It's for programming language of Microsoft. So it is based on the Microsoft technology. So little bit I am giving the brief introduction of these programming language. So R big mover is R. R is the statistical computing language that's handy for analyzing and visualizing big data, which comes in the sixth place. So it's very important programming language. And big five languages are Java, C, Python, C Sharp. So they are very important programming language. Apple is using its own programming language, that is Swift programming language. So Apple is not using other programming language, only it is using the Swift programming language. That's why the phone of Apple or phone devices of Apple are very unique than the other programming language, and there is no problem. We can say there is no uh, any uh, uh, any type of problem in Apple's programming language, that virus is not affecting these programming languages. So LinkedIn, American Airline, they are developed in Swift programming language. So it is using the separate programming language. So these are the benefit of these programming languages. So we have to understand the scenario of the different programming language, but we are using the programming language, and which programming language is very useful in near future. So we have to understand all the fact today. So this is again I am coming on the same slide. So where we have been this PHP program, the program is started by HTML. So in between HTML tags we will write the program of PHP, but PHP program will start by the question mark and close with the question mark, and we will also use Angular tag less than sign and greater than sign. So and after question mark we will write here PHP and then this statement. So now see the another fact about this PHP programming language. So when we have to define, so when we learn any programming language, so we have to understand how to declare variable in the in the programming language. So it is very simple in PHP programming. So the variable is declared by the dollar sign. If a word is prefixed by the dollar sign, so it means it is a variable. So you can see here dollar underscore post, dollar underscore get, and dollar underscore server. So these three are the variables. So if they are started by the dollar sign, so if a word is started by the dollar sign, it means it is a variable. So to use or assign variable, dollar must be present before the name of the variable. So before the name of variable we will write the dollar sign. So you can see here dollar string. So this is string variable. So this is the PHP program. It is started by the question mark, closed by the question mark, and we have been the Angular tags. So it is started by the PHP dollar string one, dollar string two. So we have been two variable, string one and string two. In string one we have the string hello, and in string two we have the string PHP. So here we are concatenating. Concatenating, we are joining the two strings. Use the period to join string into one. So concatenation. So string 3 equals to string 1 dot string 2. String 1 dot blank space dot string 2. So two string 1 and string 2 are joined with each other, and in between we have the blank space. So this dot sign is used for concatenation. So now we have the single word, we have the single line hello PHP. It will be stored on the string 3. So when we will print string 3, then it will display hello PHP. So this is the string concatenation. So we can use the string function as well as integer function also with the variable. So here you can see a single equal sign is used for the assignment operator. So here we are using the integer sum. as well as concatenation. So I am describing the difference between two. So A equals to 1. So 1 is assigned to A and 2 is assigned to B. So here you can see assignment operator equal sign. So there is no need to declare the type of the variable. So we are not writing here integer A, we are not writing here integer B or string. So we are not writing the data type in PHP. While in C language we must have to write the data type: integer, long integer, short integer, integer, float, double, long double. So we have to remember lots of data types. So it's a very easy language. So I have already told you that PHP is a very easy language. So you don't have to remember the data type. You directly store the value on the variable, and accordingly the variable will be as the variable stored, as the variable value stored on the variable. So accordingly it define its type. So there is no need to declare the type of the variable. And you can also see the current stored value produces an implicit typecasting of the variable. So accordingly, it will do the implicit typecasting. A variable can be used before the assign. So we have written here and $a equals to 1, $b equals to 2. So 1 and 2 are assigned to the A and B variable. So here we are writing and $a plus $b. So plus is arithmetic operator, and it will add the value of A and B. So sum of A and B will be 3. So in variable C it will be 3. So when we will print the variable C, $C echo $C, then it will print 3. So accordingly it will sum the value of A and B. And while we are writing this statement, in that case $D equals to $A dot $B. It means $A dot operator is used for concatenation. Now it will not add, it will concatenate. So it will be 12. So $A is 1 and $B is equals to 2. So A and B variables are behaved like a string. So they will be used as a string concatenation. So it will be 12. So it will not add 1 plus 2. It will not be 1 plus 2. It will be 1 concatenation 2. So it will be 12. So we are adding here string concatenation. We are doing here string concatenation. So it will be echo $D. So these are the simple function, simple variable function of this PHP. So in the next lecture, I will discuss about some string function as well as some control statement also. So I hope you understand the basics of this PHP, and I hope you understand about the features of PHP. So we all know PHP is a very important programming language for web development, for server-side scripting, server-side programming. So guys, please subscribe this channel, and don't forget to press bell icon of my channel. Thank you.